Hello. Well, this is interesting. I've just spent 17 minutes talking to myself, thinking that I was doing a commentary on this picture, and I hadn't hit the record button. So I got to do it all again. So there we are. These things are set to try us. I mean, how are you all? Oh, I hope you're having a good weekend. Because I think you can mix a bit more now, can't you, with your family and friends and things. It groups of 6, which is not, good if you're the 7 dwarfs. And I understand happy is grumpy. I don't think that's how that joke goes at all, do you? Mind you, I don't know if it's a joke or not. I think it was probably intended to be by somebody when I heard it, but it's not the sort of thing that would make me laugh. I have to be honest with you. So anyway, back to this picture. We're doing the scales. Now the funny thing is that was not. I suppose it is funny. You'll have to see if you can spot where it happens. I am a bit tired today, but I wanted to do this picture anyway. But not necessarily right at the beginning of this video clip, but I actually do this in 2 halves. Actually, this is the first 6 minutes or so. I start dropping off with the paintbrush in my hand, and you can suddenly see it slide down the page, which is kind of funny. And I don't know what's going on. I don't. There you are. You see, I think it's old age. Oh, no, not boredom. I enjoy doing this. Very much so. But, yeah, so, yeah, this is a blue dragon we're doing here now. We did the sort of greeny red, I don't know, colour dragon. But this is going to have a bit more blue in it. Really, just to sort of make it look nice when it's on a card, because this is, after all, a greeting card design. So, sometime I will actually do a little film showing all the cards and things that I do and prints and what have you. Some of you might be interested in that. I don't know. We haven't got a great deal of many subscribers, but then we've only been doing this for a few weeks. When I say we, that's kind of the royal we, because it's only me, Mark, here, you know. So there you have it. But if you could subscribe, if you haven't done already, that would be quite handy. For no other reason, really, than it sort of heightens your visibility on the internet, by all accounts, I was told. So you'll help an old artist in that regard. Because what is an artist if he hasn't got an audience? Exactly. And that's the wonderful thing about YouTube and the internet. Because I used to play in a group years ago, back in the 70s. And that would have been really handy in those days to have all these film clips you can do. And put your band out there to advertise what you do. But I don't know, it's probably got a downside to it, because I think, well, I think for sure, looking at some of the selfies I've seen, some of you guys in the future are going to regret putting them out there on the internet. There we are, look, I've fallen asleep. Oh, woke up again. There we go. Oh, pretend I didn't fall asleep quickly. Pretend I'm doing a bit of painting. That's the advantage of speeding, is that you don't actually, when it's actually real time, it does show up quite a bit, actually. It happened several times. But maybe it happened there, just a fraction. I suppose it's a bit like when people fall asleep at the wheel. I'm falling asleep at the paintbrush, which obviously doesn't have the same serious ramifications as this. If you're hurtling down a motorway at 80 miles an hour and you do it. So, in other words, don't do it. Stop, pull over. Because in actual fact, I pull over in a minute. Where are we? Yes, in about 30 seconds time or so, I decide enough is enough, and I pause the film and have a bit of a break. I think there we go. Oh, look, oh dear. Luckily he didn't do too much damage. I actually once, when I was working very late trying to get a job finished for somebody, a commission, and I actually did fall face forward. Luckily I was sat down, I just went both. And I had the picture right across my forehead. That took some explaining. But this time, I got the boss, yeah. So, okay, I think it's gonna, I think you might have already done it, I don't know. We're gonna switch over to screen number 2. Because what I've done, I put 2 film clips together this time. Try and get this picture a bit sort of more forward. Just want to get it finished. Well, because I got things queuing up to do, you know. And I got other ideas and things I want to do, and it's already difficult to put on paper when you're doing something else. And, well, it's Saturday night, and it's, what is it now, 25 to 11. So it's not far off bedtime. I don't know if I will get this on YouTube tonight. I think I probably will, if I can. Trouble is, I fall asleep in the chair, and I wake up about 4 in the morning with a crick in my neck, and then I'm tired all day the next day. Although I do sleep quite well in the chair, but that's not the point, really, is it? Just, well, this is very much good fun. Yeah, so, this is, I don't know how many dragon pictures I've done now. I think there's a few. I got a few cards, building up the sort of selection of cards bit by bit. I'm in the process of doing a catalogue, and I think that would probably be a good thing to do, put on YouTube, but that's finished page by page or something. So you can see, that would be good, I reckon. Because I've started doing some Christmas cards. I actually sent out the first Christmas order to my friend Sue in Australia. So, hello Sue. Or, well, no, you won't go down that road because that's a bit silly. We won't start saying things like good day, and we're a bit sort of, we're not that childish, are we? Well, or are we? I don't know. Probably I am. I probably would be. But I don't know whether they're going to tear my statue down or not. Then I don't know if I've actually got a statue anywhere. I've never been notified of having one, but you never know. Some lovely human being might have put one up to me. Might be somewhere. No, I don't want any comments from anybody telling me where it could be, because, you know, that was just what they call a throwaway comment. It didn't warrant too much thinking about. Now, I think I was just having a think about the front dragon, what colour we should do him predominantly. I don't know. I quite like the idea of a green, but that's a bit amphibian, isn't it, really? But let's see what we got, because I would like to keep it colourful, but not over, colourful. We don't want it sort of too bright in your face, because I don't think that ever works. Yes. Coming along. Let there be dragons and all that sort of thing. No, that would be quite scary, wouldn't it? They were about today, that sort of 60, 70, 80 foot dragons flying around in the sky. Breathing fire, that could be a little bit... I don't think we'd be worried about riots then, we'd be worried about dragons. And I think it might put your house insurance premium up a tad. Quite a bit, I would have thought. Now, we were talking about this today, because my partner, Sally, is a mobile hairdresser. Now, of course, everybody's got to have public liability. Never used to have in this country, but of course now we live in this culture that we've adopted from America, where everybody sues everybody for the slightest thing. If you do anything like that, I don't know why I've got to have it, because I can't imagine somebody's going to get hurt or killed from a painting. Well, you never know. Might get a paper cut and want to sue me, I don't know. Anyway, but I don't know how we're going to get on trading, because we have to have public liability. But public liability insurance companies are actually sending out notices that they're not going to cover you for a lot of things like catching COVID-19 or what have you. So that's a little bit sort of worrying. I don't know quite how that's going to work. Well, there's lots of details actually that are coming out now and people aren't really clear or sure about. I think it's something that this sort of, these things I'm putting on the side of these I don't know if you've noticed on frogs. I think it's, I should find these things out. I'm pretty sure it's to do with the hearing. Like an eardrum type of thing that's on the side of the skin that, so they pick up sounds. I don't know if they listen to things the same way as we do, or it's all done through vibration, because I know quite a few things in the animal kingdom, various creatures do actually go by sort of that type of thing, feeling through the ground or sounds, and rather than actual sight. I mean, then you've got the other side of the coin where you've got some creatures that have got incredible eyesight, like owls and things like that, that they can pick up relatively small prey running around in a field, which we'd never notice, because we go splashing about the place, and we don't really sort of take time to sit down and just have a look. Anyway, we're rapidly coming to the end of this particular picture. So forgive me, the breathing's a bit difficult at the moment, what with the humidity levels, and of course hay fever season's right bang on us now, so that doesn't help the situation any. But I hope you've enjoyed this. I don't know how many of you actually get to this stage, probably not many, because we're sort of 17 minutes in, which is a lot to ask somebody to do. But that's the big dragon we're going to start work on next. But now we're just going to put a few details in on these chaps. Now, with these pens, especially if you're using them on relatively wet watercolour, which this isn't fully dry, they do tend to sort of stop working. So you really want a piece of rough paper or board or something just to do a quick scribble, just to clear the head of the lining pen, because these, like I said, are sort of poster style. Anyway, that's about it. So anyway, I'll see you next time when we do the big dragon at the front. So you take care, and I will